and it is going to allow Alliance to secure the first blood. They strike first in taking down the little support.
Well played, iShots, and Alliance is looking to actually have an aggressive setup to pressure the AM. I actually sort of like that. I think against AM you always want to pressure, and they have Darkseer versus Shaker, which is also a favorable matchup for Darkseer. So all in all, I think the lanes look really good for Alliance.
They swap the heroes around and the lanes around appropriately, and is it on NiP to respond? Is it worth their effort to rotate the lanes on their side, just so that this AM can secure a bit of extra farm and space for himself?
I don't think they can do too much though. If you put Kotal top with Shaker, it doesn't do, like Darkseer doesn't care, right? Double Iron Shove the wave, push it out, then farm the jungle.
Yeah.
He rings repeat, so he keeps doing that. And right now, NiP have Alliance support as well, so their lane is actually pretty vulnerable towards the gank. Like what Alliance is looking to get right now is immediately securing level 2 on Tusk. Then with the level 2 with the snowball, they can easily get kills on the Lion and the Kotal.
So we imagine here as Era is going to get harassed quite a bit. The stun dagger will be pushed back. This puts NiP in a bit of an awkward spot for the bottom and that top lane where Bulldog shouldn't have too much problem just easily farming on this Darkseer. But what about the mid lane matchup? A Lina against Nightstalker. We don't see this very often.
Definitely Lina favorite. I don't think as a Night Stalker there's much you can do. It's just that you can't do much about it. You're a melee hero. And Lina is just having absurd range and a lot of harass potential with the Fiery Soul, the Fiery Soul. So if you are breaking even as Night Stalker, I say you're happy about it.
As far as a 1v1 champion though, Winter, maybe his mid lane prowess will be enough on this Night Stalker to at least match up this Lina on par.
Maybe he can actually try and go for a kill when it reaches the first night, but before that, I really don't see anything happening unless this Tusk is able to actually... He's still level 1 though, so I'm pretty worried about the Tusk roaming too early. I always want to see, when I see Tusk, I always like favor the Tusk roaming when he has level 2. That is the point where Tusk is really, really powerful. It's just like CM when you get your first fight in your Nova, so you actually much more effective when you roam around to get kills.
Invisrune here will be taken.
And the ward would actually spot out everything, so I think Lim should be fine having the intel.
Yeah. The Invis handed off to Tusk, who's trying to come back to lane to get level 2.
Probably should have gone for top, the kill on top though. But the good thing about having this ward here for Alliance is because NiP saw the Invis, so 2 lanes have to play very passive, the top and the bottom lane.
Well, my nuts will have to wait between the lanes and figure out where's the best target to go in. Does get his level 2. Yeah, he leeches his up. Oh, he's been spotted though. And Limp will see him head back towards that bottom lane and get himself back into a good position here. But I have to say, we haven't seen Night Stalker mid lane in quite a while. It might have been ever since that nighttime change, you know, not coming at 6 minutes anymore, coming at the 4-minute mark means that Night Stalker isn't as good as he used to be in that first Nightfall. Not going to be quite as farmed up. But is it still pressure for S4 to do something at 4 minutes when that first Nightfall comes in? If he can't get an opportunity, let's say on Limp, does he take that Night and go elsewhere?
I think you want to look to go for the bottom lane though, as much as possible. I think for him to be able to kill Lim, it will either need him to make a really good play or just one of the supports. I think the Tusk especially to help him get the kill on the Lina. It's a fairly easy kill with the Night Stalker on the Lina, if they can actually rotate the Tusk successfully.
Stun onto Era. Shard follow-up.
Oh, that's
and Era's
really bad,
happy to trade blows here with my nuts.
I think my nuts shouldn't have really ran up and got burned though, so now he doesn't have enough mana for 2 spells. And Kotal is not on his team.
Nope. You'd think so. Alliance, Ake, Kotal used to be his bread and butter.
Diving, he's really diving. Lim doesn't have boots, and S4 has boots. This is kill.
That's the first Nightfall, and that's going to be his first kill. Turns out to be a success.
The Lina doesn't have boots? Wow. He actually has less CS than the Night Stalker.
Bottom lane, a successful blast onto Loda. He's very low. They need more right click, but he's not going to get it. The secondary blast almost does it, but it's not going to be enough. A roll forward from my nuts, and Ake is going to get the kill. And all the meanwhile, roaming S4 grabs another one top lane,
he went
taking
top
out the Earthshaker.
He went top after getting the kill on the Lina though, so that was really good movement by him. But I really did not expect him to be on par with CS with the Lina. He was even ahead before that, and Lina not having boots and Night Stalker having boots allowed that kill to happen. That was really, really not something I expected.
It could be a couple of factors. One of them possibly maybe Limp having inexperience going against a Night Stalker in the mid lane. I mean, I know Alina just matches up better on paper typically, but how often are you practicing going against a Night Stalker who could be poking at you a bit? Or S4 is just that good of a mid player.
Maybe it's that change, you know? Because Night Stalker got the change where he gets more HP regen on the lane. Because I haven't really seen the new Night Stalker in play that much.
Let me see here.
He got the bonus HP regen buff in this patch, like 2.5.
Yeah. I used to have the thing that would show the patch tips, but it doesn't seem to be working at the moment. But you're right.
He's much better in the lane, so maybe that's the reason why he actually was able to go hand in hand with the Lina on CS. But I kind of expected the Lina to be ahead though. I really didn't expect the Lina to be behind or even on par with the Night Stalker.
Well, that's not going to be the case right now. Limp has yet to make his return back to this mid lane. For now, it's just Ake getting some time to solo farm up on this Lesh with S4 and my nuts all smoked up here. Look who's sweeping in from behind. It's Hanskin, but trouble's already broken out for Limp. Snowball on forward. He's going to be too far away from the help of Lion here, and Limp is going to go down again. Stun out. Oh, it's a whiff! Hanskin goes for the TP. Will be able to make it away since the stuns were already committed, but that is now a 5-0 advancement for Alliance right now. This lane change up worked out very well, and now S4 coming out on top of this mid lane. Now even Jonas is in trouble now, just from top to bottom. Alliance all over the place here. He goes for a desperation echo. My God, the damage is so good. He will take out the Tusk. Jonas of Man is a man. And Limp rotates in, and with conviction dishes out that Laguna as if she needed that bit of revenge.
Craigasm, my friend.
He just slammed that R button.
They missed
so
the stun
hard
though. That he needed to connect, and I'm not sure about using the shots there though, because he only had mana for one spell. If he actually used the snowball, I understand that ice shots was level 2, so he probably felt there was more damage. But if he had actually used his snowball instead of the shots, it would have actually secured Ake to actually land his level 2 spear. I think that would have ensured nothing weird would have happened if that was the case, you know. The snowball into the spear, no chance for the Shaker, but because he chose to go for the shot, and he was counting on Lesh to land the stun, and Lesh didn't land the stun.
Oh my God. Going for bottom lane, a lot of commitment on the Hanskin here, and my nuts! Too deep. Will be going down. And that could be a touch of frustration coming out from the side of Alliance. That's back-to-back commitments that they end up coming short.
That was a really huge exchange, you know, that happened for NiP.
Yeah.
Right now, NiP is in somewhat a lot better position because they got so much gold on the Shaker. The Shaker is like up to 1.2k right now.
That's ridiculous.
And with a bottle, he's actually, I feel like he's considering to go for a blink right away. Usually he builds into like the Soaring plus Tranquils. That's his usual build, but because he went for the bottle build this game, and he's saving up gold right after that successful engage, I kind of feel like he's going to definitely go for an early blink. And his skill build definitely allows that as well. Like you want to have at least level 2 or level 3 aftershock, so you can actually make use of your early dagger. Because what we see often from players is like Shaker support. You max your fissure, right? So even if you somehow manage to get a series of kills and you get an early blink, you're level 7, you're level 8, you have only like 1 point or 2 points aftershock, and you have all your fissure, your blink combo is not that strong yet. So going for the build that he's going now, it's gonna allow him. He's probably gonna get another level before he gets his blink, or maybe 2 levels. So he's gonna be able to choose to. I don't think he's gonna be putting any more points into fissure. I expect it to be maybe 1 more point in aftershock, and the next point will be either enchant or even another point in aftershock. So it's gonna be Jonas in a very good position with a couple of levels on aftershock and his early blink right now, unless he keeps dying in the next few minutes. Otherwise, we're going to see an early blink from a Shaker.
I certainly would have to agree with you there. As we are paused up, Ake has disconnected. We'll wait for him to come back here. And for a side note, anyone saying that the in-game audio is not working, I assure you from my end, it is on and operational. You can see my open mic dancing about there, and then of course with the speech bubble on the screen. I'm doing everything I can, so chalk it up to Reborn.
It probably happened because you disconnected just now, I think.
Maybe. If that's the case, then that's also not on me, because my serial just doesn't want to be unflattened, and, you know, everyone will need to kind of deal with it.
Oh my God, Shaker has double damage. It's just level 2 enchant, but it's still gonna be very,
Big
very
damage.
powerful. Yeah, it's still very powerful. Look at his damage now. He's doing 200 damage.
Oh, he's gonna do it. He's gonna get a fissure off right now in S4, and here it comes. Wind up the bat. Oh, he's not gonna be able to get the catch. Just a bit too swift.
The Lina got silenced. So if the Lina wasn't silenced, the Lina was able to follow up with her light strike array, then that would have been a kill. Man, look at the damage. He's like 300 per pop now with the enchant.
They're creeping in like they want to set up with a fissure, follow up LSA, maybe enough, especially with Laguna. But S4 is dancing around out of reach.
He knows what's up.
Yeah.
Because the Shaker, it's also happening because of the ward, you know, they have a lane ward at top. So they don't really see the Shaker there. So, and Shaker was like moments ago just middle dropping a fissure. So he kind of expected the Shakers to still be at mid. So that was really good game sense, and Minux is going to scout out the easy pickings of the supports, the Cotter and the Lion.
Yeah, this Call and Lion have been like,
man, they are just
watching the back of Era.
You know, if you're playing Cotter and Lion this game, the last hero you want to see when you're not expecting is the Tusk, because when you see the Tusk, you're going to die.
Yeah. Oh, Blast will be a bit up and above, but they're still looking for Bulldog here. They got the follow-up stun. The Dong guy trying to run away here.
Yeah,
even try to run through that. Oh yeah, he's not. They're gonna go ahead and turn the corner. Here comes Manuts.
He's still not dead. There's still Mana Void though.
They turn around, Mana Void. Bulldog's still fine. He's making a work for it. The Blast will come through though and get the finishing blow from Seal Kid. A follow-up takedown. Era will grab that one, and NiP string together another couple of kills. This puts the game back even, 5-5. And that duo is back at top lane. Winter. The Laguna ready to go. They're hoping Loda gets a bit careless here, and they can catch him out.
They have a lane mod that's all. Yeah, it was demodded by NiP, but Loda knows what's going on. But there was an important Illuminate to get off there in the last engage where it allowed Era to actually get the kill. Get the kill on the Darkseer without dying. So well played by Silkit. Definitely a player that understands Cotter a lot. He chose to actually not chase there in that situation, and he charged his Illuminate in like behind the trees though, so the opponent didn't expect that to happen. So well played.
He'll be able to farm up on the side. He's got 1,300 gold. We'll see if he puts more value in getting some support trinkets, which for now has a Warden setup. Oh yeah, I was like, maybe he can get the value point booster early. No, he gets a decorative set of his Tranquils first and foremost, and then just some wards.
Midas on the Night Stalker meanwhile. That is one hell of a farm on the Night Stalker. Top of the network, 5,000 gold, all the kills. This rotation was really successful, and the other thing I wanted to talk about is the build that Era actually go for this game. He's actually choosing to max his spell shield.
Why do you think that is? Problem with the Ion Shell in lane a bit? Or?
But usually you see only 1 point though, even against the Ion Shell. You don't usually see so much, and right now it's what a support left, so it doesn't really deal so much spell damage as well. Not sure though. I always feel like stats is actually very valuable for AM early.
Oh, they save Era, home away from what could have been a sticky situation.
No, you saved Era.
You're right. I saved Era, but it was all from the power of Seal Kid. I allowed it though, so get Era away into safety. I'm a nice guy like that. And bottom lane, Alliance are going to be able to clear out this tier 1 as the exchange. NiP up in this top lane a bit, not close to the tier 1. Alliance could decide to rotate in once they step off and pick up some TPs here. S4 is going to grab a ticket. And they could rotate up for a possible defense. In the meantime, though, NiP don't seem to be doing a lot. It doesn't look like they're going to commit in for the tower and just kind of take their action elsewhere.
They, however, have managed to actually place deep ward. I believe it's approved by you, because the Cotter actually placed that ward. It's going to give them very valuable information once more. Information is the name of the game.
Of course.
Era's in trouble, but he seems to be fine though with 3 points in the spell shield. He barely took any damage there from all the nukes.
And because of that, he'll just gladly be able to stay here. Seal Kid makes his return, will be by his side, and Era will just continue to farm up. How are we going to match up the core potential farming here? I haven't really been able to look at Loda a whole lot this game, Winter. And, you know, he's 0-0-2. He's got drums. Still his poor man's shield. Some of the basics here. Is he matching up to snuff with Era? I feel like Era has been able to get involved in a lot more kills. And Loda, he might just die. So this will answer my question. Looks like he might be a bit behind. Oh! Even an Echo Slam. Just kill secured. Hand skin. TP.
Oh, no,
one more right click. That ion shell coming into some serious play was not going to allow him to make it out.
Well, he actually chose to max his fissure though, so I kind of didn't expect that. And go back for arcane boots. He's gonna get chased down here. Arcane's coming in from the side. That should be an easy kill for Alliance this time around.
Ake turns the corner, sets up the assist. Wonderfully done. And S4 will be able to grab that kill and grab the tower. Lots of gold now coming the way of the Night Stalker. Mid lane Night Stalker, is the build-up somewhat similar here, Winter? Do you still go for an Ags, or do you go more fighter?
I actually feel it might actually be a good idea to either get a BKB or get a Armlet though. I feel like S4 is one of the few Night Stalker players that likes to go Armlet though. I know in the past, even when I was at their training house, he likes to build Armlet on Night Stalker. You know, it's one of his favorite items on Night Stalker. But like you mentioned, the staple builds will be obviously be building the Agonies.
Ooh, they go for Era, and they get a two-man stun. Hanskin lines it up beautifully, and my nuts. Gonna get Laguna. Monster, I almost called him Monster Loda. Monster Loda is going to be able to blink strike the Bulldog and get it away from that fissure trap. Now they look for Seal Kid, the weak coddle. Limp goes in. Beautiful vacuum from Bulldog. Will pull him towards the wall and cancel the TP. And it secures a double kill for S4, this Night Stalker. Bring a little stat right here.
Night Stalker plus Darkseer is so strong right now at this stage of the game. I'm not sure if Loda is going to finish more items that will allow him to fight. Yeah, I was expecting a Blitz. He's going to build a Blitz. It's gonna make the Night Stalker, PA, Darkseer trio, this trio will be very strong. Iron Shell on the PA and the Night Stalker with Blitz, Lifesteal, and a ton of armor. Man, that is gonna be really hard to stop, and once they get their BKBs, and it's gonna nullify a lot of the spell damage that NiP has, so BKB is gonna be the timing where Alliance are going to look forward to take more fights later into the game. And
do you think though that NiP should be able to respond to that? Let's say if Jonas is able to throw together his Blink Dagger, which is coming very soon, Winter. He's got about nearly 2k gold. Is that enough gunpowder for NiP to be able to kind of deal with this prime period of Alliance?
They have the Night Stalker though. If Night Stalker chooses to go for Axe right now, Axe is very good at countering heroes like positioner heroes like Shaker or Sand King. So it really depends on what the Night Stalker chooses to go for. I think BKB, Axe, and Armlet could be good choices here for S4. He's saving up gold though. He might actually want to build the BKB though. I'm not sure though, because BKB has so much value in this game. There's so much spell burst from NiP.
Ooh, he'll snag up that 16-minute rune, which wasn't invis.
This is safe zone for NiP right now, daytime, and it's gonna be some time where they can actually look to farm up their cores, especially the use. Lina is going to be looking to complete the use. She's really poor this game round. Lim is just not having a good game.
Yeah, the Yules is just taking a bit too long for a mid lane Lina. Getting onto that 17-minute mark, they are just not matching their quota that they would like to be at.
He's saving 3 for AK gold though. I think it's going to be BKB. S4, on S4 I mean.
Yep, he's buying it all up now. Oh, Aghanim's. No, he's got the 3 components for the Ags.
Okay, so he waited really long to... Because usually if you're building an Aghanim's, I think he was still thinking about it. If you really wanted to build Aghanim's from the start, you would have at least a point booster in your inventory, because it doesn't make sense that if you just decided you want... if you decided to build an Aghanim's from the start, it's just weird not to have the point booster from the get-go, you know? I think he just sort of decided at the end he wanted Aghanim's more.
And the Aghanim's on this Night Stalker is really good. Still just at level 2, but I mean, you're talking...
It's going to be a sad day for your Disciple.
Immediate nighttime and Limp is dead. Before even nighttime can fully settle in, Limp is gone. And now it's just Jonas and Seal Kid. Where the hell did Arlena go? And they have to just get the hell back and away. This nighttime, though, restricts the vision so much. You look at their vision now, they can't see anything. Even their little aggro ward.
They can go for Roche with the Blats on the PA if they choose to go for right now. I think they have definitely enough tools to make sure that the Roche is actually very safe. He's gonna complete his Aghanim's now, so if they want to go for Roche, it's a good time as well. Let's see what they do. They're gonna make sure the lanes are pushed up first. Are they placing some deep wards? Let's see. Okay, he has some wards here.
I mean, if they really wanted to take it safe for this Roche, they could, push out the top lane a bit and then draw the attention away from NiP up there.
Yeah,
but
because I feel like the longer they wait, it's gonna be more difficult because AM
yeah.
and Kotter will be like making sure you have to defend. It's just the nature of the lineup, right? They're gonna be split pushing and forcing. Like heroes like Night Stalker don't really push your lane fast, so they need to seize their window of opportunity when they get it.
You know what would be
So
hilarious this game is if somehow Seal Kid blinding lights Ake on top of the Roche cliff. Just like total ironic poetic justice there.
man,
Ake on the cliff.
they just got a gem and NiP is smoked up. If NiP can kill and get the gem, that would be huge for them. See, they're gonna give the gem onto the Night Stalker, and
Yep.
he has ultimate in 20 seconds. Nighttime is coming in 4 hours. I mean game time, but real life time.
Oh, they go in. I never thought of it like hours in the game.
I mean it's 2 PM game time. Just now.
Well, they'll go in. It looks like there's going to be no contention from NiP. They're still camped out this top lane, allowing Era to get safe farm and the supports to kind of be nearby just in case. He's still trying to just get that first Battle Fury together. You gotta remember, Battle Fury was reduced in price a little bit, not by a lot. Was it 100 gold total? 50 gold total?
Because of the Perseverance being
Yeah.
cheaper, right? Yeah. But right now, so they just wanted to wait for the gem on the Night Stalker. I was talking about them needing to seize the window to get the Roche, but they just wanted to wait for the gem on Night Stalker to be 100% sure that nothing can go wrong having all the vision removed from NiP.
And
So
they've
this is
already
going to be a tough day for your Seal Kid
Coddle. Yeah. He's going to have to just be ready for the high ground defense. He's going to have to...
You know,
that's what I'm saying, though. He can't blast out these siege units.
If only they allowed like Kotter against Night Stalker to have some sort of mini mechanic where as Kotter you have that when you get Agames you have that extra ability to force daytime.
Yeah.
That was...
I would love to see it in the middle of a fight. It's like nighttime, daytime. Whoever just dishes it out first, and then one of them goes for a fresher just to have that one up.
And then you pick Luna, then you have another 10 seconds of nighttime.
Yeah. You have a team with like a Luna and a Slark and a Mirana and the Night Stalker all together.
They're charging in. They're charging in. My nuts is coming from the side. They might be able to catch one hero.
Oh.
No, they lost vision.
Yeah. Help with a little bit of fidget to create the space, and they swarmed in. Not going to find anything but a sweet double stack here that they'll take for themselves. And, I mean, they've been getting so much done even outside Loda. You can't help but feel like Loda is just an insurance policy at this point for Alliance. And they're just in such a commanding position that's NiP stalling out, looking for the little bits of scraps of farm that they can get on the side to just prep and prepare for the eventual aggression that's going to come their way from Alliance towards their base.
They have double blinks right now on the Lion and the Shaker. But I feel like they would only be able to use their double blinks properly when it's daytime. Nighttime, not a chance though. I think S4 is just going to be really diligent in scouting them, and not to mention they still have the sigil to scout things out, you know. So they have 2 ways of scouting the blinkers on NiP. So they need to be very careful of their positioning, and smoke, Shadowblade, items like this are going to be their best friend in this game.
Here they go, smoking up.
The gem! This is the biggest kill they can get.
Let's see if they can do it.
Oh dear, he knows. He knows.
What?
He didn't finish the
He
wave.
did nighttime, had a gem, and just... Okay.
There was smoke. He just knew something was up. Like he was like probably farming the wave and thinking about what could be the worst thing that happens if.
Oh, he goes in instead and just runs that Era, gets the silence off, and gets the kill. Oh,
You know,
he just
I'm pretty
walks
sure
up.
he's like thinking about when he's farming the creep, what could be the most possible nightmare situation that happens is for his team to lose the gem right now. So he TPs away and gets the AM kill, and Bulldog's gonna stop some TVs here.
Vacuum. Oh, it's too late.
No.
Almost. Was he trying to get both of them and just came a bit too late? Either way, they both slip out. Vacuum comes just a tad past the mark.
My friend, I can only tell you one thing.
What?
Greed does not pay off.
He's like, I gotta go for big style points here. Double vacuum TP cancel. But now you look like a donger.
Yeah,
And now they're just gonna push down this top lane. Steel Kid will blast it back.
bottom lane, Jonas is in trouble. Should be dead. Night Stalker is coming in.
Doesn't even need the help. Loda's gonna get able to finish him off here. And this is the back end of their Aegis. Not even gonna have to be concerned about it.
Man,
Looks like
AM
Alliance
is just their
control.
only resort at this point. The Lina is like a liability at this point already. She's like easy kill for the Tusk and the Night Stalker and the PA. They just have too much, you know, of killing power with the face rush lineup they have, with the vision Night Stalker provides.
Yeah.
And it's gonna allow them to snowball or PA blinks in. So the vision game is just definitely in favor of Alliance now. And I think have very little room to work with at this point of the game.
And it's not like things might get easier or eventually they'll have an answer for this Alliance lineup.
You talk about playing in a nightmare, you know. Playing against Night Stalker when you're behind is a big nightmare.
There's just no way to counter back against it. And now look at this. They're looking to just move on forward. Seal Kid brought down very low, but a bit too deep here for Alliance. Not looking to commit that hard quite yet. But a new Ion Shell going to be put onto S4 here. Seal Kid just desperate, trying to slow them down. Goes into Spirit form here. Handskin could get caught out here. Lightning Storm, beautiful vacuum this time from Bulldog. Forces them to go through the wall a bit. Seal Kid's going to be hiding out on the side. And the rest of them wait behind their tower. My Nuts gets the surge. Goes right in for the old man. Punches him right in the face and he'll go down. A blast does go off. Finger. They're able to bring down S4, which means the Dem could be going down. It's not snagged up yet. Era's still standing right on top of it. My Nuts runs out the other way. Ake is going to get annihilated. Double kill, though, for Loda. In the meantime, could get a triple here with one more click. Gets the triple. Long dagger onto Era. He's going to try to make him escape. Yeah, he slips out away. Loda, though, big three-man takedown. When the dust settles, it ends up being a 4 for 3. What happened to our gem?
That was close to becoming a disaster. I think the Tusk managed to retrieve the gem. So it almost turned out to be a disaster for Alliance there. They got a huge mana void and Echo Slam, but it wasn't enough because they were far behind. And now having the bash would mean that the PS Dagger, the recent change, would have a chance to dash heroes on Dagger.
Yeah, have you seen all of those examples? Like, man, even with like a Lotus Orb gets involved? Oh my goodness.
That's game changing though. Like having the Orb of Venom and the Basher for the Dagger. I think it's a really strong buff on PA.
Yeah. I mean, Basher is just a common grab. Even for some PAs who manage to get a lot of early farm, the Battle Fury is potentially an option. And I don't know if you've seen it. The cleave comes out from herself after the dagger flies out there somewhere. Okay, it's very silly.
I didn't know you can do that, but right now Molden has actually chosen to go for Boots of Travel, which only means that they want to continue fighting because he's not getting any more farming items. He's just going to rely on his items being able to fight better than AM. AM is looking to want to drag the game along as much as they can, and PA is just looking to get fights going for his team. So a very distinct, different playstyles from both of the carries at the moment.
Well, how much time do you think NiP are going to need that they'll feel comfortable enough to either contest or push on their own? 80 minutes like last game?
A long time, my friend. A long time.
It's going to be a while. So if you're rooting for NiP, you're rooting for a long game. And if you're rooting for Alliance, things are going swimmingly already. They just need to keep pushing this kind of tempo so that they can close this one out so they don't have to worry about this AM potentially being a problem. But it's not going to even be super easy for Alliance. Once they manage to break through these tier 2s, there's a pretty strong high ground defense from the side of NiP. There's always the fear of the blinking Echo. Coddle, as we know, is very good at kind of keeping off pressure a bit.
Yeah, going back to that point, then maybe I'm actually wanting to think that Bulldog might actually want to build a pipe to help them actually deal with the high ground siege. It could be a good idea. It's against the against Cotter, it's always something that you keep in mind when you're sieging. You want to have a pipe. And if you look at their lineup, Bulldog is the most ideal candidate to get it.
Yeah, without question.
It'll be weird to see someone else get it though. Maybe on S4 it'll be weird.
Yeah, I don't know. These players these days, like last game, you hope to see maybe a potential item and then they pull out a Mjolnir or something and you're kind of like, what's happening? Here goes Nightfall though. Alliance not going to get the grab on anyone. NIPC Knight, and they're like, we're out of here. I don't like that.
It's like nightmare mode turn on, and everyone just backed off.
Time to farm somewhere else.
It's so difficult to play though when you're behind against Night Stalker. I can't stress this enough, especially a core Night Stalker.
Oh, I know. I play Coddle plenty. And then you're going against the Night Stalker, you just hate life.
It's so difficult because you feel like you get the feeling that you're slowly choking to death with the Night Stalker constantly missing and removing all your wards, and you're like, oh my god, that's my last ward on the map.
Because it's not like you can even just like when you're going against a team that typically has a gem, you're like, okay, this will change a bit how I want to place these wards. You get him up on like a cliff top, so it's not easily spotted. But Night Stalker has that unobstructed vision, and there's just no safe ward, no safe
because
vision.
Because you become blind when he turns on darkness.
It's just ridiculous.
It's like, yeah, he's forcing you to have your shades on during the daytime.
Now, what are the shortcomings, though, for a Night Stalker? Is it just his late game potential can fall off if it eventually gets that long?
I don't think he's that weak, though, late game. I think his shortcoming is he's not able to push lanes very quickly.
Okay. That's fair enough. Oh, man.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh. Turns for Handskin. Snowball comes in. My nuts with the uppercut. Handskin gets a nice two-man stun. Seal Kid annihilated with the help from Ake and Loda. They shred him apart, and they'll still get the grab on the Handskin. The support duo will go down from NiP, but it's space created. Limp is trying to push the mid lane tier 1. Almost able to get it down.
He might get caught by the Night Stalker, though. Night Stalker's behind.
He's got to get it quick and get out of there. Ah! He's coming.
He's dead.
He's coming.
He's dead. No,
it's like Dracula going after the young mistress. Get over here. Limp is running for his life, but it looks like he might be safe near Jonas, who could get a Fisher. S4 catches up. Dracula's here. It goes into an Echo Slam, and it's only a one-man Echo. I don't think this was the move. Jonas will retreat. Man, the damsel has been destroyed.
Boost of travel on PA. Paying off big time there. Paying off big time, my friend. Boost of travel.
Oh, to the high ground. Oh, canceled. He goes down.
Man, those rotations for an S4, spot on. Really
that was like a 1930s old vampire horror movie, just slowly panning out in front of our eyes. The long-winded chase, the lady finally falls over, goes down.
Just watched a vampire movie a few days ago.
Oh, you're so brave.
Hotel Transylvania.
What year was it put out in? I've never heard of that.
No, it's an anime.
Oh, it's an anime? Oh. We'll go into the pit. And it looks like Alliance are going to be able to secure another Aegis for themselves. I feel like the opportunities here for NiP continue to become few and very, very far between, if any between at all. Era, how's he been farming up? He's got 2k gold on top of his Manta and Battle Fury. Obviously still holding that other ring for a potential Vlad's. But we will have to probably say again, it's just a long road ahead of him here, Winter. For this AM to kind of put the whole team on his back at this point, I just don't know.
I'm not sure if he has the time though. Time is not his friend right now.
Nope. And now it looks like
his best friend is the Kotal now.
And his best friend is 1, 3, and 5 and hasn't really been able to do much this game.
His best friend is gonna die soon if Night Stalker scouts him out. Okay.
Oh no! Is that Dracula? My old friend, no! Oh, he's gonna get silenced up and I can't do anything, my hip is broken! Oh, they get a nice Fisher off. And look at that, the power of the 3 is gonna be enough to scare away S4. The old man lives on. And we'll be able to get away. But that's just like... That guy gets... Okay, look at this. Lead in from Handskin. It's actually NiP who are going to go on the offensive here. Lead up Echo. Good damage, but S4 shrugs it off. Pops a BKB. We'll dance around the outskirts here. Yules from Jonas. He falls back down. Fissure on the Loda. That will actually pop the Aegis here. And my nuts will roll on forward. They're going to get the kill onto your Earthshaker. Era on the side, though. Gets the finish on the Ake. Now he's the target. What a bash! Loda gets the assistance, and they will get the grab onto Era. Old man, not going to be so lucky this time, gets a blinding light off, but eventually the damage will come, and he will get dropped. Handskin's going to actually be the first. There you go, old man. He's out. It's a 5-man wipe on the side of NiP, and Alliance now in a very, very commanding position. Soon to charge down this top lane. Oh, what is there left for NiP to do? Alliance have pretty much just taken over.
NiP ran out of time.
Yep. Was this all just a spawn from the wonderful back end of this draft of Alliance being able to switch those lanes around, throw the Lesh into that support position? It just seemed to really catch NiP off guard with this team strategy that we're hoping for.
Yeah, being able to being flexible on the picks is really important for them to be able to achieve that. So it's also of AM, you know, a lot of teams that pick AM don't get punished, and Alliance chose to go for a really good approach this game, pressuring the AM from the start and getting favorable lanes. So even though Night Stalker versus Lina was not a favorable lane, but he made it favorable as well. So essentially they won all 3 lanes in the laning phase. And even doing some warding job for his supports though. This Night Stalker is gonna be loved by the supports.
Now we look to NiP to continue to take... This is the sad part, especially when you're a support. You're looking at NiP's side. There's only so many comfortable places you can go out and farm, and you usually have to move as a posse. And with what little farm you got to give it to your AM, which means everyone else is just going to be starving with breadcrumbs of farm.
Yeah, you know, it's like you're putting all the prisoners in one cell, and you just put 1 plate of food inside.
Exactly, and they're like, I guess we'll give the AM the bare chicken bone, and we'll just get the bread. They just can't get anything.
And they're giving the Kotal the salad.
I don't even know if prisoners would get salad. That's a bit too nice for them. Oh, Yule's on the Era here. Are they going to get the follow-up stun? They certainly will. There's Lightning Storm. He gets the Manta off, but eventually Era, it's just way too much. And he will be able to blink away to a bit of safety, but the snowball's coming on through. He gets another blink off. He continues to live. Hanskin actually the first target. They get Seal Kid as a follow-up. Jonas then thereafter. Then it's going to be Limp. Bop, 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 bop. All 4 go down one by one. Era actually somehow as the lone survivor. But Alliance just showing that everyone else outside of this AM is a non-factor in this game right now, at least compared to them. And it's eventually just going to be them bullying in. Loda gets the mid lane covered here as the rest of his team starts charging down the bottom.
Yeah, if you're NiP, you look back at this game, I feel the turning point is not being able to win mid lane though. I think that was the most crucial point. It's just a typical NiP draft though. They always draft like this. It's just, I feel the middle lane didn't really go as planned though. That was the biggest turning point. It allowed the Night Stalker to be such a force in this game though, because he had such a good start. And it's against Alina though, one of the best laners in the mid lane nowadays.
Gotta give credit to Alliance, maybe just doing that extra bit of study work on NiP, recognizing their usual play style, and whether it's something that was premeditated, making a draft and then a role swap like they did here, or just something they do on the fly, they have come very, very prepared. And for NiP, they're now just kind of looking at potentially their Nanyang life expiring before their eyes, unless Era can still continue to get that time to farm up. But as we said already a lot, time is just not on his side, and Alliance can continue to just take fights when they feel is necessary and beat out anything NiP offer as resilience. AC now even complete on my notes.
The support pass has an AC.
At that same moment, Basher.
Man, how he has so much net worth? He's like what, almost 10,000 gold. And he doesn't even have that many kills. Only 2.
11 assists. Help a little bit, but yeah, I guess just the Roche kills, a couple of towers.
Yeah, and being around the fights when it happened and surviving the fights will give you a lot of gold.
And because of that, and many takedowns on Era, who's the top net worth for NiP, he's been able to get some serious utility here. And that makes things even worse for NiP. And S4 sporting a Basher now. His right click starting to get a bit ridiculous. Era's going to be able to slip away in this top lane. He'll go back to base. And for the rest of his team, they're hanging out in this powwow bottom. They're going to smoke up and go on the move here. What's the objective winner for NiP at this point? Smoke and move? They're hoping for a pick or something.
The same objective as what the whole game. Buy time. You smoke whatever they're doing right now is in hopes of getting a kill and buying time.
Can they get the kill though? Uh-oh. I don't think so. S4 scouts the intruders, pops his BKB, annihilates Seal Kid. Hanskin's able to make it in, gets the finger off onto my nuts, but Hanskin gonna be punished soon. Era comes in, gets Yule's up, Abyssal bladed. This is just domination. Jonas able to get the echo off, but there's gonna be the Tau thrown in from NiP. Not really surprised about that. Alliance came to play, and they win 34-11. NiP are out of the Nanyang Championship, and Alliance continue. They're back, winner. Alliance is back. Tell the world.
Just one game, my friend. Relax.
I know. Just trying to hop on the bandwagon like everyone else.
They are victorious from their Swedish El Clasico, I want to say.